Hello everyone, Chepandis, Cheputelsu Ledu Kadu guys. That means good morning all of you. Hope I'm audible and visible to all of you. If I'm audible and visible, do write it in the comment section that I'm audible and visible. Very good. So today is 14th November 2025. My name is Shubham Sagar and today is your day guys. Happy Children's Day to all of you. So my name is Shubham Sagar. You can connect with me on LinkedIn and this is my Telegram channel. I will share this particular Hindu analysis video by 9:30 a.m. Very good. Okay. And what else, guys? Hope you can hear me. Yesterday, I gave you people two questions. Good morning, Lajanan. And good morning, other people also. If you can, good morning, Shini. So, yes, sir. Yesterday, I gave you people two questions. Let's solve these two questions, guys. So which of the following countries are members of G7? So yesterday we talked about G7, and when we were talking about G7, as Jayasankar sir is there in Canada, and we have also seen the mnemonic of, you people told me the mnemonic juice GF, Jal PG, that means drink water. So no, give your girlfriend juice. Japan, US, Italy, Canada, England, Germany, and France. So Annie and Harshini, they have given the answer. The answer is A. Earlier, initially it was G6, then it became G7 when Canada joined, and then it became G8 when Russia joined, and then when Russia next Crimea, Russia was thrown out of it, it then again became G7. So obviously in G7, Russia will not be there. So you will eliminate third, and you will get the answer. That is A, 1, 2, and 4, as stated by Japanese. That means as stated by Annie and Harshini. Cool, cool, cool. Let's start. Under the China plus one strategy, in the first article of the day, which was written by D. Subbarao, sir. Yesterday we talked about one article written by whom? D. Subbarao. Oh my God. Earlier RBI governor. So what is China plus one strategy? What we have discussed earlier. Very good, Rishi. Good morning, Chivayan. So what is the answer, guys? Under the China plus one strategy, what is the basic rationale of this China plus one strategy? Harshini has given the answer. We have already discussed. We solved one MCQ earlier on this China plus one strategy. Really good. Continue operating in China, but add another base in a second country, as stated by Harshini, Annie, Rishi, Jivayan. Really good. Okay. So MCQ 10A, MCQ 11B, see, I will today we'll talk about something again, very fascinating articles, very tricky articles. Yesterday's articles, were awesome but easier. Today's article are trickier. First article, science to GS2, GS3, GS2 health, GS3 science and tech. So India in 1980s they launched one of world's largest immunization program, that is known as universal immunization program, where they initially covered, like currently there are 12 diseases which are covered under universal immunization program. You see these 12 diseases, they are very important. You have to have you have to mug it up. Now out of these 12, like, if you see the last one, Japanese encephalitis, they are in endemic districts only. In Kerala there are many cases of Japanese encephalitis, so it's not like Japanese encephalitis vaccine is given to all, or like, it's applicable in all the districts of India. No. So what happens in UIP, Universal Immunization Program, which was launched in 1985? Here, vaccines are provided to children and pregnant women. What about men? See, you cannot become a man until or unless you are a children. So obviously you are covered in this particular bracket. Children and pregnant women, they are given free vaccines. So okay, and these are the diseases. We will not talk about all the diseases. You will go through all these diseases. Good morning, Rishi. Bye, Lagu. So let's start. And again, so these 12 diseases, let's focus. This article, there are two diseases which we'll talk about, and they are also very important from different perspective. Viral disease, bacterial disease. So hepatitis A, is it a viral disease or bacterial disease, guys? Chipmundies in the comment section. If I ask you, typhoid. So this article is about, it's a fight about hepatitis versus typhoid. So typhoid is a viral disease or bacterial. Again, these are very important terms, guys. You may feel like I'm joking all the time, and never joke all the time, especially not these days when I'm on my deathbed. So again, good morning, Iltush. Good morning, Kirja. So yes, typhoid. What is typhoid? Is it viral or is it bacterial, guys? So here, Vipin M. Vasishtha, who has been a very good old friend of mine, we used to, go a long way, or maybe not. So here, Now, government is thinking about, if you go and see the list of 12 diseases covered under UIP, Japanese encephalitis in selected districts only, you will see typhoid is not here. You know, you will see typhoid is not here. You will see hepatitis A is not here. Hepatitis B is there. Hepatitis A is not there. So this article, good morning, Matt King, typhoid bacteria disease, very good. So typhoid is caused by Salmonella typhi. It's a bacterial disease. Then when you're talking about hepatitis A, it's a viral disease. Why we are talking about this? See, currently the symptoms which I am going through, I'm having fever from last 5, 8, 10 days. This is a viral infection which I'm having, guys. I'm not having a bacterial infection. And viral infection in winters, it persists for a longer period if it catches you, which it has caught me. So now, if I take antibiotic right now, that is actually a big harakiri. And we'll talk about that also. And I have taken antibiotic in this scenario. And maybe that's why it has prolonged. Again, let's focus. So India, this article is talking about we have to include typhoid inside this UIP. It is not there in the 12 diseases. This sir here, this Vashishta sir, and who is my good friend, he's saying that typhoid is fine, but before you bring typhoid, please bring hepatitis A. It is becoming a major cause of concern in different states, including Kerala. You may feel like, sir, why always things happen in Kerala? Japanese encephalitis, endemic districts only, 12, one of the 12 diseases. Why everything in Kerala only? Because they do diagnosis, guys. If you don't diagnose yourself, I'm not diagnosing myself, I'm taking over the counter tablets. How will I know whether I have AIDS or this and that? So for knowing what disease I have to do the diagnosis thing. They do the diagnosis thing, they have a very good diagnostic system. That's why you know about these diseases in Kerala. So again, let's focus. So this article talking about a debate between typhoid versus hepatitis A, which requires more urgent priority. This article says that hepatitis A requires more urgent priority. It's a viral disease. Typhoid is a bacterial disease. So for treating typhoid, you have to take antibiotic. There is another article which we'll talk about, which talks about antimicrobial resistance. Antibiotic, because over the counter, so many antibiotics are prescribed in our country. So typhoid, it's suffering from something known as microbial resistance also, which is not the case with hepatitis A. Mortality rate of hepatitis A is increasing. And why we need it right now? Earlier, what used to happen, people used to get hepatitis in early childhood and thereby generating immunity. Now that is not happening because of improved sanitation, lifestyle changes. Children are not getting hepatitis A. And when in adulthood I am getting hepatitis A, I become far more vulnerable and mortality rate will increase. And that's why the author is saying that typhoid is fine. You include it under UIP. But before you do that, please include hepatitis A. There is no scenario of antimicrobial resistance in hepatitis A. Vaccine has a very high success rate. And why no antimicrobial resistance? Because this is not happening because of a bacterial infection. It is happening because of a viral infection. So this is a battle between typhoid versus hepatitis A. Typhoid situation. And what happens in typhoid? Caused by Salmonella typhi, here you develop diarrhea kind of a situation. Your body will lose weight, etc., etc. We are not saying this is not a precarious situation. Like typhoid is, we have to treat typhoid, but this article is saying that more than typhoid, focus on hepatitis A for the time being. So typhoid mortality has declined because of early diagnosis and antibiotics, so antimicrobial resistance remain a concern. In the case of hepatitis A, since it's a viral disease, antibiotics does not apply, and multiple outbreaks have been seen in the case of Kerala, Maharashtra, UP, etc. Now the question is, we included hepatitis B in UIP. Why we did not include hepatitis A in universal immunization program? See, hepatitis B, there are cases. If you have hepatitis B, you can have cancer, etc. So that's why, and there is no such scenario in hepatitis A. If you have hepatitis A, it's not like you will have cancer. So hepatitis B at that time was a bigger issue, and that's why hepatitis B is under UIP. So severe hepatitis A has no targeted treatment. Recovery relies only on supportive care, and vaccine has a very high efficacy rate, and that's why we need vaccine, and that's why it should be included under UIP. So advantages over typhoid vaccination: no issue of antibiotic resistance because this is viral, not bacterial. A single dose offers long-term protection, unlike typhoid, where you can develop antimicrobial resistance if you are resistant to that antibiotic. Cool. So again, they are saying that there are cases of hepatitis. You don't have UIP, means hepatitis A under UIP. It's far easier to control it than typhoid. So do it right now. So this article is not anti-typhoid. This is just about hepatitis A should come first. Cool. So now let's focus on certain things. This is an important page. This is an important, you have to remember these diseases. The more questions you solve, the more you'll be able to remember these diseases. So again, this UIP has played a crucial role in, eradicating polio, in curbing measles. You see this measles, how measles happens. So UIP has been a success, and we want further expansion of UIP. Really good. Now let's see this MCQ one of the day, so that we can remember all the 12 diseases which are covered in the UIP. So let's try to solve this question. Use common sense, use option elimination, you will be able to solve it. Don't worry too much. Very good, Matt King. Matt King is a good boy. Who's a good boy? Matt King. So consider the following vaccine: hepatitis B, pneumococcal conjugate vaccine, typhoid conjugate vaccine, measles, rubella, which are included. Japanese. Oh, sorry. What was I saying, guys? I do so much Japanese, I forget the core issue. Good morning, Anu. So, which are included under UIP? Harshin, we have just discussed. This article is about typhoid versus hepatitis A, right? So obviously we don't have typhoid under UIP. If you have UIP, why will this author talk about we need hepatitis A vaccine more than typhoid vaccine? So typhoid conjugate vaccine is not under UIP, guys. Third is wrong. If third is wrong, you are left with A and D. Oh my God, hepatitis B, I told you. When we were doing a comparative analysis, hepatitis A and B, hepatitis B is under UIP, hepatitis A is not. So answer is A, as stated by Harshini, Rishi, Jiva and Kirija. Hope you are knowing why the answer is Aini, Iltush. Matt King is none other than Anandu. Anandu is a good boy. Who is a good boy? Anandu's spelling is this. Jivayan, really good. A beta. See, typhoid conjugate vaccine is not under UIP, and that's why this article is saying before you bring TCV under UIP, bring hepatitis A under UIP. And we have just discussed the whole issue. Next article, next MCQ. With reference to UIP, consider the following statement. No issues, Kirija. Kirija is a good girl. Anandu. So, UIP, it was launched in 85, one of the largest immunization programs. Oh my God, my face looks like so inflated. I hate my face right now. I want to go back to my previous self. It provides vaccine free of cost to children and pregnant women. Japanese encephalitis vaccine is given nationwide under UIP. Again, this is a tough question. Also, because UIP is tough, UPSC has asked PYQs on UIP, plus the way these options are framed, this makes this question tougher. Use option elimination and think what we have discussed. Gajanan has given the answer. We have just discussed Japanese encephalitis is given in selected district, guys, not everywhere. We have seen cases of Japanese encephalitis in Kerala, etc. And that's why it is given. If you see this, Gajini fans, 12th, Japanese encephalitis, endemic districts only, not nationwide. So third statement is wrong, really good. If third statement is wrong, even then the question is tough because we're still left with three options, A, C, and D. Now check. First is correct, 1985, one of the largest immunization programs. If you go back, you will see I discussed this, really good. Where did I discuss it? See here, 1985 UIP, one of the largest immunization programs in the world. There were different missions launched under it. Mission Indradhanush, intensified Mission Indradhanush, to achieve the objective of universal immunization program. Really, really, really good. Okay, so where were we, guys? Now, when I say things loudly, now my head hurts. So again, first is correct. So first is correct. So now you're left with what? A and C. Even then the question is tough. It provides vaccine. I have told you, children and pregnant women. What about men? See, before you become men, you are children. So you are also covered under this. And pregnant women, they are very vulnerable to lots of different diseases. And that's why vaccines under UIP also cover them. So children and pregnant women. Don't always think like men are not covered. Oh my God, men are, this is so biased. Society is so biased towards men. We are children also, guys. So second is also correct. C, 1 and 2 only, as stated by Harshini, Jiva, and guys, are you understanding? I know the questions are tough, but hope you are understanding why. What is the answer? C is the answer, right? So first and second both are correct. C is the answer. Very good. People, did you understand why third is wrong? And why first and second are correct? C is the answer, guys. C is the answer. First is correct, second is correct, third is wrong. It is in selected district. Very good. Please write somebody got it, sir. Harshini, right? Got it? Did you get it? And again, very good. So again, PYQ 3, UPSC 2016, Mission Indradhanush launched by Government of India pertains to what? Very good, very good, very good. What does it pertain to, guys? Very good, Jivan. So, Mission Indradhanush, I have told you, to achieve the objective of universal immunization program, government launched various schemes. Mission Indradhanush, intensified Mission Indradhanush, so that this immunization reaches nook and corner of our country. So, the answer is, as Gajanan stated, immunization of children and pregnant women. I think we have done this PYQ earlier. Now, there is a homework for you people. There is another Mission Indradhanush program in banking sector. When you people were not born, our Indian banking sector was not doing well. You know, there was so much NPAs, rejuvenate banking sector. Then our honorable PM Modi sir, who is the 11th avatar of Lord Vishnu, he and the government, they thought about bringing Mission Indradhanush, which is also there in banking sector. So read about that Mission Indradhanush, which is related to banking sector. That is your homework. Very good. This one is immunization of children, as stated by Gajanan, Iritush, Harshini, Rishi, Jivan, Annie, Kirija, and Mad King. Really, really. Okay, let's focus, man. Yes. Next article related to three mains papers: GS1, Society; GS2. What GS2? GS2 again, fundamental rights, freedom of speech and expression, freedom of religion, Article 25. GS4, ethics case study. So, what this article is all about, as you can see here, these days, you know, loudspeaker near a temple. I want to sleep these days. I sleep a lot like a baby these days, 10 hours, 12 hours. So, but this is a marriage season. You people don't know about it because you're studying all the time. But this November, December period, guys, this is a marriage season. So much music is going on. Dik chik, dik chik. Honey Singh is all like, you people don't know about Honey Singh. He drinks a lot of honey, and that's why his name is Honey Singh. So what I'm trying to tell you, this public celebration, expression of devotion, ajan, bhajan, this is going on. This is not about marriage. This is about something else. So two people, Tanika Sharkar, who has been a very good friend of mine from childhood, we are childhood buddies, and Sanjay Hegde, who is a senior advocate of Supreme Court of India. So they will say a lot of stuff related to this article, where the public expression, what is happening, is it used as a public tool, or it has always been there, we are just too sensitive right now because Hindu khatre mein hai, as we say, Hinduism is in danger. Okay, let's focus, guys. So there will be pros and cons, very important from every perspective, means every perspective. Very, very important article, most important article of the day. So what happened, there were a group of people who were offering namaz at Bangalore airport, which is actually, again, that has sparked political controversy, how much you can use public sphere for your personal religious affiliation. And in the UP also, these things are happening. Unauthorized loudspeaker for both mosque and temples, UP police removed it. Again, they did not discriminate between religion, they did it for both. Now all these things are leading to debate about public religious display. You know, we have right to freedom of religion from Article 25 to 28, but how much you can do it in the public sphere. And here we are not name calling any particular religion, this and that. It's about both religion. See, this whole thing, public religious display, I will tell you, in my time when you people were not born, we used to go to Durga Puja, you know, 10 days Durga Puja in I'm from Bihar. It used to happen in such great ways. And then in Eid ul Fitr, Eid ul Juha, I used to go to my friend's place. The society was awesome. Now these days, say Radhe Radhe, say this and that, people are fighting in train over these things. Why are you not saying Jai Shri Krishna? Then there are certain phenomena which are happening, which this article will talk about, like angry Hanuman. I don't know how many, have you people ever seen this particular image, angry Hanuman? So the portrayal is being done. Again, it's not about one particular religion, it's a fight. You know, who can show religious displays in more pompous manner in public sphere. Whether it is right or wrong, you people are, almost all of you are 18 and above, some of you are less than 18, but hope you can understand, you have your own opinion, you can build your own opinion. But it is said that there are things which are going on which should not go on. The British policy of religious, you know, divide and rule is still going on in current society as well, and we will talk about it. So Tanika is saying, Tanika, who has been my good friend, who is from JNU, So she's saying that India has always been demonstrative about religion, especially Hindu festivals, due to their number and variety, Durga Puja, this and that. But this is growing significantly. The more Radhe Radhe, Hare Rama, Hare Shri Krishna, the chants are growing. And this is not only confined to Hinduism, guys. We will also talk about Azan. So what is happening here? And again, celebration increasingly led to traffic standstill, etc., etc. So issues. So competitive religious sound, ajans versus bhajan. We know bhajan, different religion. It's not only confined to Hinduism, Sikhism, etc. We all have these sacred prayers. What is ajan? So 5 times a day, let's say before Muslim people, they do their actual prayer. So there will be a sound which will be made that yes, it is time for that prayer. That is ajan. So all these things are going on. It's azan versus bhajan. Noise control has to be done. It has to be regulated. We are not only talking about air pollution, water pollution, wind pollution. Noise pollution is a reality in current day and age as well. And when will it stop? So what we can do to control this ajan, let's say, so to say, if it is creating a problem. So Sanjay Hegde sir is saying that instead of all mosque singing ajan at the same time, we can have one central mosque broadcasting ajan. See, you people are civil servants. You will not be like, no, this religion is bad, that religion is bad. I have told you yesterday, no religion is bad. People of different religions are bad. There was one Hindu guy who killed Mahatma Gandhi. So if you want to find people of your religion who were bad, you can find it. It's just that whether you want to find it or not, that totally upon you. So religious freedom exists, but only essential practices are protected. So again, you can do these things, but there is a limit to it. And what is happening, what TS is saying, and she's from JNU, she's saying that Hindu festivals are becoming more and more pompous, more and more public spectacles because Hindu khatre mein hai. Hindu religion is in danger right now. And it's very ironic that when Hinduism is so old, older than Islam, older than Christianity, and we have survived for more than 2000 years. But when a particular political party comes into picture, suddenly Hinduism comes into danger. And God knows what happens to us. Maybe we should not bring that political party into, pick them, because when they come, suddenly Hinduism is in so much danger. So public political involvement, public celebration with noise, means lights and crowds are not curbed because of political license. This article is saying that these things you are seeing more and more. Why? Because it is getting political support. Why? Because the British policy of divide and rule is not yet dead. Britishers divided us, 1909 Act, separate electorate. Same thing has been done right now by different political parties for vote bank. So public symbols and identity politics. Stickers like Angry Hanuman. It was first created by an artist from Kerala. It is showing that, if your car has this Angry Hanuman symbol, you belong to a particular strata. And, you belong to this strata, that strata. Why this religion, no peace between one to another is, I hate this system. I understand the people who are educated, but again, okay, I'm not going there. So we are getting organized along religious line. That's what this article is talking about. These angry Hanuman, etc. These are symbols that I belong to this strata, not that strata. And it is not confined to one religion, Prophet's birthday. So again, I love Muhammad symbol. So angry Hanuman, what is the reaction? I love Muhammad. So these things are happening. And we are not realizing it, but Sanjay Hegde, who is a advocate in Supreme Court, senior advocate, he's saying that we are like divide and rule has not gone anywhere, guys. It is still there, and you people are not realizing it. There are leaders who will convince that majority people are in danger, and then minority people will also need protection from majority. So quid pro quo is going on, and who are getting, or who are the people who are suffering most because of it? We people, educated people who know what is actually going on. So again, this pushes even our political people into religious camps. So that is happening. Divide and rule is still there. So DTS concludes that rational balanced religious practice is fast eroding in India today, and we have to do something about it. Maybe somebody don't want us to talk about unemployment, health issues. So what is the solution? And people going to foreign countries more often than not. So maybe to divert this whole thing, divide and rule is continuing in current India. So again, God help our country. So let's focus on this mains question, guys. Public religiosity in India today reflects more political mobilization than spiritual expression. Critically examine. Whenever a question which comes related to critically examine, you have to talk about both pro and cons. Pro and cons means in the like it is more political mobilization. You know what you have to write now. You have just read the points. Divide and rule has not gone anywhere. It is still practiced. When a particular political party comes, suddenly Hinduism becomes or comes in danger. And all these things. You will talk about this, how angry Hanuman, I love Muhammad, everything is going on. And then in the criticism part, that no, it is not political mobilization. There you will talk about that these festivals have gone on for time immemorial. Maybe we have become too sensitive to these things, you know. Maybe it was always there. Maybe we are just realizing it now. So it's not political mobilization. It's a form of spiritual expression. Maybe to, you know, protect our identity, to protect our religious customs. Sometimes we show it more often than not, but yes, it was always there. So again, critically examine type of questions. I love humanity but not believe in Muslim. Again, it's totally your view, Rishi. We are not talking about any such thing. I like, you know, so if you don't believe in any particular religion, then you don't love humanity, Rishi. If you love humanity, you will love everything in it, you know. So religions, as we have discussed, religions are not bad, people are bad. I have seen good people, bad people anywhere and everywhere. So if you love humanity, your definition of humanity is not correct, Rishi, with due respect to your thinking. So again, here let's focus on this article. Again, in the introduction part, you can talk about in contemporary India what has happened. The line between religious devotion and political symbolism has increasingly blurred, and how political parties, we are not talking about any political party, we are just saying that it is getting support from political parties in some way or the other. Evidence of political mobilization, festivals turn into large political events. You know, Jai Shri Ram, this and that. Symbols like angry Hanuman used as identity markers. When you are saying Jai Shri Ram, it's not about devotion to Lord Vishnu. You are trying to project yourself over others. That Jai Shri Ram, and that is the thing which will happen in this particular arena, and you have to accept it. Bolo Jai Shri Ram, even though that person is not from that particular religion. These things are happening more and more in our society, and that cannot happen if it is not getting the adequate political support. Growth of competitive religion, again, you can read all these things. Impact on society, heightened social polarization. As we can see here, guys like Rishi, who is so educated, he is giving these kind of statements. I love humanity, but I do not believe in one particular religion. Although he is preparing for UPSC, he is so educated. So that has what has happened because of all these things. Social polarization has happened. I belong to this team, not that team. I belong to Hinduism, not that religion. Respect. If you are a true Hindu, you will respect all the other religion. If you read scriptures, you will realize that you can only criticize your own religion. You can never criticize other religion because you don't know about it. You know about your religion, that's why you are following your religion. So hate or love your religion, don't have any opinion on other people's religion. Minorities expressing insecurity and responding with their own public means possession. I love Muhammad, this and that. Tensions over loudspeaker, public prayers, and possessions. All these things are happening, and this is the impact which has happened in our society. And even educated people like Rishi is not spared from it, which is actually a sad reality of our day and time. So, role of state and political actors, implicit political license to certain festivals or groups. You can read these things. Minority being positioned as needing political protection. So, again, political parties are, you know, they're both the sides, majority and minorities. It's all about vote bank. But the counter argument, this is important, guys. We all know what we have to write. We all know divide and rule is there. We all know even good people are getting polluted. Their mind are getting polluted. But then the counter argument, public celebrations are cultural, familiar, and joyous forms. You know, you need community expression in Durga Puja, in Dashera, etc. Festivals have always been public, but maybe the politicization has increased. It was there earlier as well. So Muslim religion, OTG humanity, sir, if they can use speakers, then why not? Exactly. That's what we have discussed. Azan versus, you know, bhajans. So if they can use speakers, that is not the problem. Na? If they can kill somebody, you also kill somebody. Eye for an eye will make the whole world blind. So what we are discussing? We are discussing the solution also. What they should do and they should not do. They are doing ajans. So we are also doing bhajans. You know, we are also doing our marriages with great pomp and show. Their marriages happen in different scenarios. So it's not like one particular party is involved. If you think from a neutral perspective, you will realize everyone is guilty in their own way. It's just that we don't want to see our own fault. We are always, you know, believing that other party is wrong. That is what has been always like it's a common human tendency. So while spirituality remains a personal pursuit, you are spiritual. Be spiritual in your personal sphere, right? And the public manifestations are increasingly shaped by political incentive restoring. You can read all these things. Hope you understood where this article is going, what this article is talking about. Let's solve this MCQ 4, guys, based on the previous article. You people are very educated, guys, so I hope, you know, you people are future civil servants. I don't want you people being marginalized or What is the word here? Whatever word you want to call it. So consider the following statement about typhoid. Have a look at this question. Again, use option elimination. You will be able to solve it. Everywhere good and bad things are there, Rishi. Don't blame one religion. Exactly. Guys, 16 people are watching, only 9 likes. Why are you people doing this? I am on my deathbed. I should not be saying this. You become what you say. You say what you again. So again, I am awesome, but I am not very good right now, and this is a viral infection. I will be awesome soon. But I am the one who worsened my own situation. Every morning waking up at 4 a.m., I have to do 20 minutes hit exercise. You should not be doing these exercises when you are not well. So I have worsened my own situation, but I will be okay. So typhoid caused by salmonella, typhi, bacterial pathogen. Now, if you solve this particular question, if you use option elimination, third is wrong, right? India has not included, and that's why we were talking about that in the previous article. So just eliminate third, and you're getting the answer A1 and 2 only, as stated by Harshini, Any, Mad King, Iltush, Kirja, Gajanan, Jivayan, and Shivam. Very good. MCQ 5. Which of the following best reflects the meaning of politicization of religion? Use the best option, guys. Don't get radicalized. Marginalized was not the word. Radicalized, guys. Have you people are civil servant, future civil servants. You We need empathy, sympathy, compassion from you, which you will read in GS4. We need religious neutrality from you. You may belong to one religion, but that does not give you the license to hate another religion. Don't do that. You people are the people who are watching my video, will be watching my video in subsequent time period. You are one of the most literate group of our country, and if you people start saying these kind of thoughts, it does not bode well for our future society. So again, what is the answer, guys? Harshini, Intu, Jivayan, Gajanan, Vikas, Mad King, Rishi, Kirija, and any Shivam, all of you have given the answer. Use of religious symbols and events to mobilize political support. Very good here. MCQ 6. Which of the following statement best summarizes the central theme of the article? Do revise this article properly. Important from multiple, GS mains paper syllabus perspective. So India must ban all religious practices in public spaces. Religious expression in India is declining due to urbanization. Increasing competitive and politicized religious displays are affecting civic life and social harmony. Only minority religious practices cause public disturbance. So Harshini has given the answer, Jivan has given the answer. Increasing competitive and politicized religious displays are affecting civic life and social harmony. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Spread the word. We'll talk about the success bundle later on. If I'm helping you in any way, you can always donate. That will always help the, you know, the sick me. Okay, let's talk about the third article of the day, page number 8, editorial GS3. So here, yesterday, when you people were born, yesterday we talked about this whole thing, retail inflation, etc. Now we'll talk about something more. So this article is saying that we have to revise our CPI, consumer price index. So retail inflation based on consumer price index. Then you have wholesale inflation, which is WPI. So India, like our monetary policy committee, they are majorly following CPI. Yesterday we have seen our inflation has fallen down to 0.25%, which is actually wrong, which is all about base effect. If you revise yesterday's lecture, you will understand what I'm saying. Base effect means because previous year in 2025 the inflation was very high, so now in 2026 we are seeing inflation as low because let's say in 2024 the price was 100 rupees, and in 2025 the price was 120. The increase is 20%, and in 2026 the price is 132, so the increase is only 10% compared to the previous year, but still the price is high. Why we are seeing less inflation rate? Because previous year the inflation was very high. That is called as base effect. Now it can create suspicion in your mind, and it can raise queries in your mind. Then sir, we talk about certain things. I will show you something. So we talk about the comparative analysis between CPI and WPI. We talk about the base year of CPI as 2012. When you are saying this base effect, you are saying in base effect we are seeing the inflation of the previous year, inflation rate of the previous year. Then why this 2012 then? What is the basic rationale of 2012? See guys, understand this. what is happening in CPI, retail inflation? They have kept so many things. They have kept, food, they have kept fuel, services, etc., etc. So they have given weightage. What is the meaning of this base thing? You have to understand this weightage. Weightage means when 2012, when most of you were not born, or some of you were very small. So in 2012, there was a different, tendency among people. They were spending more on food and all those stuff. But now, according to this article, and that's what the base year was, 2012, this article is saying that the current reality, why we are seeing less inflation percentage, because in retail inflation, food has a weightage very high weightage based on 2012, because at that time people used to invest a lot in food. 60% weightage in this and that weightage. That is not the case now. People don't invest so much in food these days. They are investing in Apple 17, this and that, god knows what. So weightage has to change. This 2011 criteria was based on assigning weightage, and that would in turn assign, or tell you the inflation rate. You will understand everything, be with me. So there are certain terms, and that's why this article is saying that this 0.25% inflation is absurd. I also feel it is absurd. I go every day, I eat kheera and tomato and aloo. Everything price is increasing, guys. Where is this 0.25% in inflation? So this article, this is what the editorial is saying. This is misleading. This is statistical anomaly. What does it mean? Because previous year the price was very high. This year the price rise is seen as very low, because it has not increased much. And then the other point, food and beverages make 46% of CPI basket, because in 2012 people used to invest a lot of their money in food and beverages, so it comprises 46% of the CPI basket. That is not the current reality. It's just like when you talk about UNSC, United Nations Security Council, the permanent members, they do not reflect the current world order. They reflect the world order of World War II. Same with this food and beverages making 46% of CPI basket. It is not reflecting the current reality. People don't invest that much these days on food and beverages. They are investing more on other things. So this percentage has to reduce. This base year has to go away, or something new has to come up. CPI is not reflecting the current reality when it comes to economy and its inflation. The main reason for this drop is high base effect. We have discussed previous year inflation was high, and this whole 46% of the CPI basket is absurd. We are not investing that much on food and beverages, because when the quality of life increases, the purchasing power increases, the purchasing power parity increases, disposable income increases, you will invest less in food and beverages, you will invest more in other products. So fuel and light, housing, tobacco, etc. showed higher inflation. If they had more weightage, let's say, if in a hypothetical world, if fuel, light, housing, tobacco had more weightage in CPI, inflation would have been higher. But because food is dominating so much, and because of the base effect thing, food inflation is lower. Inflation overall is lower, which is actually not correct. That's what this article is talking about. GST cut rates, etc., they have also impacted inflation. This article is saying CPI is outdated. Consumer Price Index, its base year 2012, is no longer reflecting the current world order when it comes to economy. Weightage no longer reflect actual consumption pattern. People don't invest that much on food and beverages. CPI has become obscure rather than clarifying real inflation trend. Real inflation is much larger than 0.25, whatever is being reflected right now. This less amount we are seeing because of too much dependence, or too much weightage of food in the CPI bracket. So again, RBI and people are also perceiving inflation is higher, and they are in people, according to people in September survey, people feel like inflation is around 7.4%. This is a big difference, guys, from 0.25% to 7.4%. This is not a small difference. So again, you can have a look at this. MPC, Monetary Policy Committee, they have to maintain a range in 4 plus minus 2%. But if they're not very sure about what the actual inflation is, how can they do policy changes? How can they cut repo rate, this and that? So there are so many implications of outdated CPI. Monetary Policy Committee will not work properly if CPI is not reflecting the current inflation. So Ministry of Statistics, they have also understood this scenario that food and beverages, they are occupying too much weightage, but they're saying that new CPI series will be released. Updating CPI is very urgent, very good. Just like, updating the permanent members of UNSC. So CPI, MOSPI publishes it. WPI, DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, as you people stated yesterday, they publish it. Important thing, UPSC has asked multiple questions on this. WPI does not cover services, guys. Education, etc. That is not covered by wholesale price index. CPI does cover it. So keep it in mind. Cool. Release monthly. Now let's solve some questions. MCQ 7. Which of the following agencies publishes CPI in India? Office of Economic Advisor, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, NSO, MOSPI, Niti Aayog, RBI. Oh, Harshini has given the answer. GYN has given the answer. So MOSPI, they publish a CPI in India. Very good, yeah. Then MCQ 8, with reference to WPI in India, consider the following statement. And again, so Harshini, GYN, Gajanan, Annie, Iltush, Rishi, all of you have given the answer. Cool. MCQ 8, with reference to WPI, just have a look at these statements, use option elimination. You'll be able to get the answer. We should know these terms, they are actually very important. So Rishi, Vikas, Shivam, all of you have given the answer. Harshini, Jivayan, Gajanan, Annie, Iltosh, Rishi, Vikas, Shivam, very, very, very good. Now, even if you don't know many things here, via using like option elimination and whatever we have discussed, you can solve this particular question on WPI. We know, as I have just told you, WPI does not include services. If you go back and if you see this discussion, what we have just discussed, that WPI, it does not include services. It covers only goods. It does not include services. Keep it in mind, guys. Very important, asked in thousands exams. So first is wrong. If first is wrong, you're left with A and C only. You just have to check the third one. WPI is used by RBI. No, for setting repo rates, inflation targeting, they're using CPI. And that is a problem because CPI is not reflecting the current inflation reality because of too much weightage given to food and beverages. We need to update CPI. We are not using WPI. RBI is not using WPI. So third is wrong. That means the answer is A. 2 only. Oh my god, none of you answered the given the answer of question 8 because it was tough. WPI does not include services, so B and D gone, and it is not used by RBI. CPI used by oh my god, CPI is used by RBI, so third is also wrong. Answer is A. People, are you understanding why the answer is A? I did not get any correct answer. Later on, I got the answer from Kirija, Harshini, Iltush. Very good. Let's move on to next article of the day. These today articles are tricky, guys. This happens. Yesterday the articles were, like G7 and this and that, so they are easier to understand. Very important also. These kind of articles, they are tough. So glass is happening. What is glass? They're though very absurd. WHO, they have released a report, glass. And when you will see the full form of this glass, they can ask you this, guys. They can ask you who released glass report, which particular organization released glass report. So what is the full form of this report? Global Antibiotic Resistance Surveillance Report. If you even try to frame like how it is coming glass, okay, GL, A, R, S. Where is the second S coming from? God knows where. So glass report, Global Antibiotic Resistance Surveillance Report. What is important here? Who publishes this report? WHO. What is important here? What is happening in India? Antimicrobial resistance, as we were discussing, is among the highest in the world. Oh God, cool. So antimicrobial, I have told you, I'm a classical case. I am currently having viral infection based on my symptoms, and this will be for a longer period. And I have to take it easy till Sunday, no exercise. I am also stupid by my own. Yesterday, I was talking to a girl who's part of my UPSC Lifetime Success Bundle. I'm not promoting anything here. And she's very good. She's doing PhD, and she suggested me something, azithromycin, I think she suggested me, which is for bacterial infection. But obviously, she cares for me, but she does not know what I am suffering from. And these kind of things are happening a lot in our country, where people, because of care, because they love me so much, they love you also, so they will suggest, and that would lead to overuse and misuse of antibiotics. That would lead to high over the counter sale of these disease, means antibiotics, which is leading to antimicrobial resistance. And here there will be certain keywords which are very important from exam perspective. 1 in 3 bacterial infection in India were resistance. There is something called as colistin ban. We have to understand what is colistin, what Kerala is doing when it comes to tackling antimicrobial resistance. This is a very big issue. 1 in 6 confirmed infections are resistance. And if we keep on taking, I also, I think, took some antibiotics, even though I'm having viral infection. This is not good for me in the longer run. Key factors worsening antimicrobial resistance. easy over the counter access. All of us have taken antibiotics one way or the other, self medication. We are, and then we are not completing antibiotic course. I have taken Clafam 6 to 5. Clafam 6 to 5 when I was having tooth related issue. Thanks to my mother, she told me to complete the dose. Sometimes we'll take the antibiotics, we have to take it for certain number of days, 5 days, 6 days when it run its course. Even though you're feeling okay, you still have to take it. We don't do that. So even incomplete antibiotic courses are leading to antimicrobial resistance. Environmental contamination, sometimes you are in hospital and you are contaminated. Poor enforcement of regulation. It's not that easy in other countries to get antibiotics so easily. It is possible in our country. But Kerala is a model state in that regard. They are doing something about it. Please go to natural way in your kitchen. Please don't take more medicines or antibiotics. That will move to side effect. Thank you, Jivayan. So WHO has given certain recommendation and Kerala is doing something about it. There was a national action plan also which was launched by our government in 2017 on antimicrobial resistance. But implementation is slow. What is important from exam perspective? They can ask you, this National Action Plan on Antimicrobial Resistance was launched in which particular year? 2017. Who was the Prime Minister at that time? Modi ji. It's not only Modi, Modi ji. No, they will not ask you this part, but they will ask you the year. So again, no state are doing anything. Like most of the states, they are lagging behind. Kerala is doing awesome. They launched strong AMR initiative, Amrit, and again, they are launching certain things. In Kerala, it is not that easy to get these over-the-counter drugs, which is there impossible in most of the other states. And because of that, Kerala is doing good when it comes to curbing AMR resistance. And it wants to become antibiotic literate by December 25. Again, a direct pre-question can be asked in different exams. Which state is aiming to become antibiotic literate by December 2025? The answer will be Kerala. Many people are like, sir, it is not Kerala. It is Kerala. Oh my God, I like Kalyani Priyadarshan. Somebody please get me married to Kalyani Priyadarshan. Kiliye, 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 kiliye. You people don't know this. There is a movie, Loka, Chapter 1. Kalyani Priyadarshan. She's so cute, just like a button. Oh my God. India banned. Now let's focus on the important term. Colistin ban 2019. What is colistin? Please, guys, this is very, very serious. So this is the like sometimes you are in ICU. Our Shreyas Iyer was in ICU. I was so worried for him. So ICU, intensive care unit, and you are suffering. And this is one of the last disease or last drug which actually works when nothing is working. That is colistin for you. And what we idiots have done, seriously, we humans are idiots. What we idiots have done, we are using it as performance enhancing drug, not in humans. In chickens, they will produce more eggs. So colistin is being used in chickens and all to so that they can produce more and more eggs. Because of which, what has happened? We humans are also becoming resistant to colistin. And remember, when no drug is working, colistin works. If it also fails, we will die. And then we will go to heaven. And then we will meet Madhubala. So India banned colistin use in animal farming, expected to help reduce resistance because this is the last line of drug which actually works. So we have to be very, very, again, hope you can understand. They can ask you directly what is colistin, where it is used, what is the basic purpose of colistin, and what stupidity we have done when it comes to colistin. So India AMR containment efforts suffer from minimal, sporadic, and inadequate funding. Just launching scheme will not do. Muhammad bin Tughlaq. No, not MBT. We have to also implement it. So World AMR Awareness Week is going on 18 to 24th November. It urges global action. As Jivayan is telling you all, don't just eat antibiotic just like this. Okay, if you have viral infection, don't eat antibiotic. Antibiotic is for bacterial infection. For India, multi-pronged approach is needed. Expanded level, you can read all these things. Kerala is a success example. They can ask you, this Amrit scheme was launched by which particular state? Which is AMR stands for antimicrobial resistance, and then there is a scheme. So Amrit scheme is launched by Kerala. When was it launched? 2024. These are important. Just like they can ask you, Raitu Bandhu scheme. Oh my God, was launched by which particular state? Telangana. Kalia scheme, launched by which particular scheme? Kalia. Kali. In our time, there used to be an actor, Shah Rukh Khan. Kalia scheme, Odisha. Krushak Bandhu, Krushak assistance and livelihood for income augmentation. So they can ask you even Amrit scheme was launched by which particular state? Very, very, very good. Cool, sir. Let's solve this question. Colistin, often in the news, is what? Very good. Iltush is such a good girl. Who is a good girl? Iltush is a good girl. Colistin, often in the news, is a last resort antibiotic used for serious infection, vaccine for multi-drug resistance, tuberculosis. Antifungal drug used exclusively in aquaculture. Antiviral recently approved by CDSCO. What is the answer? Chepandays fast. So Gajanan Iltush Harshini has given the answer. Last resort antibiotic used for serious infection. Very, very, very good. Page number. Oh my god, my head hurts. I just don't shouldn't be too super excited. So page number 10, GS2. Tamil Nadu. There were two articles on Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is doing also awesome when it comes to climate change, but we have discussed climate change like almost every day these days. So I'm talking about Tamil Nadu's awesome work in transgender healthcare. Who is a transgender? So you people were not born at that time. There used to be a game which used to be played, cricket. In cricket, there was an cricketer, Sanjay Bangar. So Sanjay Bangar, he was an all-rounder of India, much better than Hardik Pandya. So Sanjay Bangar has a son who later became a daughter, Ananya Bangar. She is a transgender. What is the basic? First of all, you have to understand these words. Then only you can understand gender affirmation surgeries and this and that and what Tamil Nadu is doing. How it has done something. In 2019, government brought an act rather, central government. Even 11 years before in 2008 only, what center was doing in 2019, Tamil Nadu was doing it in 2008. Tamil Nadu is so awesome. So again, uh, let's focus what I was telling. So transgender is one. Let's say I am born as a boy, but I feel like no, I am a girl. Or you are born like a girl, but you feel like, from internally you feel like you're a boy. So that is a transgender. The way you are born, your mental state is not saying that's who you are. And that's why you go for sex again. So leave no one behind is under the SDGs, and you can read all these things. So transgender people, they face healthcare barriers. Even in trains, when these people will come, we're like, ha 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 ha. And there is systemic exclusion, there's stigma, there's discrimination. We know all these things. Even healthcare providers, they don't know how to do these sex surgeries and all those stuff. Tamil Nadu is awesome. I love Tamil Nadu. I love southern states. So again, although I'm from Bihar, guys. So yeah, in 2008, Chennai Rajiv Gandhi Government Hospital, they began offering gender affirming surgeries. What is gender affirming surgeries? Let's say, you are a man, you want to get transferred to a woman, or you're changing. So again, something has to be changed in your reproductive organs. So this is gender affirming surgeries, and it's not only about those changes; it's also about change in hormone and all those stuff. So they started doing all these things. They supported India's first transgender, and again, in 2019, government came up with this act, Transgender Person Act, mandated such service. Oh my God, such services in all states, which Tamil Nadu was doing it in 2008. So we can learn from these states, And again, cool. Gender affirming surgeries. Hope you can understand what is gender affirming surgeries. Many people give the answer of nine: Gajana, Nitku, Sharshini, Jivayan, Rishi, Kirija, Annie, and Shivam. Kashyap. Kashyap. So 2019 Transgender Act mandates comprehensive healthcare. Madras High Court, again, you can see all these things. We have mental health care policy. Mental health is very important. You have to treat them equally. You don't have to do ha ha ha. Ha. Don't do that. So there is a need for so much more. We can learn from Tamil Nadu. We'll have a detailed discussion on transgender people. Very important. Why? If you see this, it is important from GS2. Why? Because in GS2, when you will see UPSC main syllabus, you will see schemes for vulnerable section. Vulnerable. It's an exact keyword used by UPSC. And nobody is like, they're one of the most vulnerable community in our country, transgenders. We have to respect them. If you cannot understand their plight, what they are going through, why they are thinking what they are thinking, don't just do kiki on them. Okay. So mental health care policy, 22, I can even read all these things. So there is a need for transgender health manual. There is a need to sensitize people about them. you know just because they're not like you does not make them any you know grievance redressal system, more research on transgender health. Even health professionals, sometimes they don't know what to do with transgender cases. So Tamil Nadu leads India in transgender inclusive healthcare. We can learn a lot from Tamil Nadu. We'll talk more about transgender people. We love you all. Let's focus. MCQ 10. Consider the following statement about transgender healthcare barrier. And again, whatever we have read, think from that perspective. Think from your current knowledge perspective. So most healthcare providers receive comprehensive training in lifelong transgender health need. Is it so? If it was the case, why Tamil Nadu came up with this whole thing in 2008? Why government came up with an act in 2019 related to transgender? No, most healthcare providers, they don't receive comprehensive training. So one is wrong. So really their life is highly struggle. I can understand, Jivan. So again, have a look at all these options, guys. We'll discuss it tomorrow. Harshini has given the answer, but is it correct or not? I will tell you tomorrow. MCQ 11, 10 and 11, they are homework. So MCQ 11 based on the inflation thing which we have discussed. Why inflation rate appears artificially low? What is the basic reason for it? So have a look at these questions. Like, share, and subscribe. Spread the word. I will share this particular Hindu analysis PDF in this Telegram channel. Fun Study with you. You can join it, and you can post your score. And what else, guys? These are the courses, and you can get these courses individually also, or you can get all of them without any hourly, monthly, or annual subscription ever at 5,999. Prices of these individual and the bundle will increase from 1st December. So if you are interested in any of these things, you can enroll in it. If you have any queries, you can give me a WhatsApp message at 9650303257. These days I'm sleeping most of the time, so whenever I'm not sleeping, I will reply to you. So yeah, you are your own competition. You're not competing with anybody else. Really good. And you can also donate if I'm adding something to your knowledge base. Thank you, Harshini. Thank you, Jivayan. Thank you, Hini. Thank you, Shivam. Thank you, everybody else. Tikashe. So I will see you people tomorrow at tomorrow. Is, when will Sunday come? Tomorrow is Saturday. So yes, I will see you people tomorrow at 8 a.m. Sunday I will be sleeping. So again, bye bye. Thank you, Mad King. Thank you, Anandu.